this tutorial I will talk to you about the chevron bracelets. I have here different types of chevron bracelets, and as you can see there are some differences between those bracelets. For example, I will show you here a classical chevron bracelet, which is made up of these knotted chevrons. So all these chevrons are created using knots, just like this one or this one. But I have another type of chevron bracelet as well, which is done by braiding, and this is the fishtail bracelet, friendship bracelet, and this is the same type of bracelet. But as you can see, I also have some bracelets that are bordered. So we have these borders here, and I will explain to you in this tutorial how to create those borders on your chevron bracelets. And you will notice that it is a very simple technique to create those borders, and that is by making forward and backward knots with the border yarns, with the border cord. At the same time, we also have another type of bracelet, as you can see, the half and half bracelet. So on one side of my bracelet I have some colors, and the chevron is made up on the other half by lines that are in different colors. And for this one there is also a special technique to create this type of bracelet, but you will also see that once you have understood how to create the basic, the classical type of chevron bracelet, you will always know how to create other types of bracelets, chevron bracelets. So let's continue, and I will show you how to create these bracelets types. So in this tutorial I will explain to you step by step what the techniques are for making these different types of chevron bracelets. How to create borders, how to create half and half chevron bracelets, how to braid the chevrons, and of course how to use the knots in order to create a classical chevron bracelet. And you will see that it is not difficult at all to create these bracelets, and once you have understood how one friendship bracelet creating technique works, you will be easily able to create other types and to understand other techniques for making friendship bracelets. It is important to understand how to create the knots, the forward knots, the backward knots, how to combine the forward and the backward knots, and what will happen if you use a certain type of knot. So you will understand in what direction your cord goes if you create a forward knot or a backward knot, and so on. How to make a cord stay on its original place and not go to the left or to the right. I will also show you how to make loops, how to create the bracelet ties, so let's begin with the first bracelet, with the classical chevron bracelet, and then I will show you how to create other types, other variations of the chevron bracelet. Now I will show you how to create the classical chevron bracelet. I will use these three colors, black, green and red. I will use cords that have a length of about 70 centimeters, that is about 28 inches, from this point to this point. I cut the double length for the cord so that I could make this loop here. So this loop is at the middle of these cords, and now I will create the bracelet loop by making a simple knot, an overhand knot, like this. And now we have the bracelet loop. I will grab the loop with the clamp, like this. And now I will start creating the bracelet. In order to create a classical chevron bracelet, I will put the cords in a specific order. So as you can see, the cord colors are put in the mirror. So the left side and the right side are in the mirror. And when making the knots, we shall also work in the mirror, meaning that on the left side we shall make forward knots, on the right side we shall make backward knots, and in the middle, with these two cords, we can make any kind of knots we like. We can make two forward knots, two backward knots, a forward and a backward knot, or a backward and a forward knot. That is your own choice. And let's start making the knots. So on the left side I will begin with the black cord, and with the black cord I will create the forward knots. The forward knot, the full knot, is made up of two half forward knots. And I'll explain to you how to create a half forward knot. I create the shape of the number 4 like this. Then I will put my finger under the red cord, grab the black cord with the nail, and take the black cord out through the loop of the number 4. And here I will make the first half knot. In order to create a full knot, I will make another knot like this. I will grab from under the red cord the black cord, take the black cord out through this loop, and make the second half knot, creating a full black knot. And as you can see, because I used forward knots, my cord has moved forward from this point to this point. Now if I make again two forward knots, half knots, 1 and 2, my black cord will again move forward from here to here. And I brought the black cord to the middle of my bracelet. Now I will start making the backward knots on the right cords. So a half knot, backward knot, so a full knot, let's talk about a full backward knot. A full backward knot is made up of two half backward knots. A half backward knot is made by creating the shape of the number 4, but in the mirror this time. And now I will put my finger under the red cord, I will grab the black cord, take it out through this loop, and create the first half knot. And to create the full knot, I make another half knot, like this, and I created a full backward knot. Because it is a backward knot, my cord will move backwards from this point to this point here. And then it will move backwards here, after I make again a full backward knot on the green cord. So I'll make again one backward knot, half knot, and another backward knot, like this. And now my cord has moved backwards, so from here it moved here, from here it moved here. And now we are in the middle of my bracelets, of my cords of the bracelet. And here we can make 2 forward knots, 2 backward knots, a forward and backward knot, or a backward and a forward knot. I will make 2 forward knots. So 1 and the second. And I have created the first black chevron here. And now let's use the red cords to do the same steps. So 1 forward knot, 2 forward knots, 1 forward knot, 2 forward knots, and I brought the cord into the middle. Now 1 backward knot, 2 backward knots, half knots. I created a full backward knot. Now again 1 backward knot and the second backward knot, and I created the second backward knot. And now I reached the middle of my cord and I have 1 forward knot and a second forward knot. So as I told you, with this knot in the middle you can do any kind of knot you like, 2 forward, 2 backward, a forward and a backward knot, or a backward and a forward knot. Now let's look from a closer distance. We have the red chevron. Now let's make the green chevron. And let's do the same steps. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, and in the middle 1 forward knot and the second forward knot. And I also created the green chevron. So now we have a black, a red and a green chevron. Now I will again continue making the same steps, the same knots, again with the black cord. I will make another black chevron, then I will make a red chevron, a green chevron, a black chevron again, a red chevron, a green chevron, and so on. So I will continue making forward knots on this side, backward knots on this side with the middle cords. You can make any type of knot you like, and this is how you create the chevrons. I will continue making those chevrons using precisely the same rules that I have shown you so far, until I obtain the length that I need for my bracelet, so that it goes around my wrist. And then I will show you how to create the tie of the bracelet. And now that I have created the bracelet, let's create the tie. In order to make a twisted tie, I will take 3 of my yarns and twist. Let's see from a closer distance. I will twist in this direction, so towards the left. And I will continue twisting. Like this. Now I will stop and I will take the second set of yarns And I will also twist, and in the same direction I will twist also to the left. Like this. So I twisted both of those cords to the left side, and now I will take the two cords that I have twisted, and I will twist them one around the other, but in the opposite direction of the direction that I twisted so far. So I will twist in the right direction. And now I will create a simple overhand knot at the end of the twisted cord. This way. So I have created this knot here at the end of my tie, and now I will take the scissors and cut like this. So I will remove the clamp, and let's see the finished bracelet. So this is where we have our loop, and this is the tie. In order to close the bracelet, I will take the loop and the tie, put the tie through the loop this way, and I will make a simple knot like this, and I have closed the bracelet. And this is my finished bracelet. This is what the bracelet looks like on the wrist. Now let's make a different chevron bracelet. Let's make a half and half chevron bracelet using those cords. As you can see, I will use these 4 cords to show you how to create this bracelet, this chevron bracelet. So this will be a little different from the previous bracelet. I also use 70 centimeters cords. That is about 28 inches long. I will again find the middle of my yarns and create the loop. So I will grab the yarns like this and create a knot to make the loop. Like this. So I have created the loop. And now, in order to create the bracelet, I will put the cords aside according to their colors. So I'll put the red and the blue colors on one side and the black and the white colors on the other side. And I will start creating chevron bracelets just as before. Only that this time I will create the black and white colors on one side and the red and blue colors on the other side, and these colors will be split in the middle. So some of the colors, the neutral colors, will be on one side of my bracelet, the two colors, elementary colors, red and blue, will be on the other side. To do this, I will create forward knots on the red and the blue cords, yarns, and on the black and white yarns I will create backward knots. Whereas here in the middle I will create a forward and a backward knot, so that my cords remain on their initial place. So let's start creating the forward knot. So I'll make the shape of the number 4. I will put my finger under this cord, take the cord out and create the first knot. Again I will make another forward knot. I have moved the red yarn here. Now I create a forward knot here, 1, and 2. I have brought my red yarn here. I will create 2 forward knots on the next blue yarn, 1 and 2. And I have brought the red yarn here. And now I will do the backward knots on this other side, 1 and 2. I brought the black yarn here. Now I will make the backward knots, 1 and 2 on the first white yarn, and on the second white yarn, 1 and 2. And now I am here in the middle. So it is always very important to be attentive at the order of the yarns. So always keep them in order. And now I will do a forward knot. So I make this forward knot, and then I will make a backward knot. Like this. Now let's take the second red yarn, 1 forward knot, the second forward knot, 1 forward knot, the second forward knot, so always, as I said, put your yarns in order so that you do not mix them in the wrong order. Now I'll take the black yarn and create the backward knots, 1 and 2, 1 and 2, and 1 and 2. And I again reached the middle of my bracelet, and now I will make, as usual, a forward knot and a backward knot. And my colors remain on the left side and my black and white, the neutral colors, black and white, remain again on the right side. Now let's continue with the blue cords. 1 and 2. 1 forward knot, 2 forward knots, 1 forward knot, 2 forward knots. I brought the blue cord here. Now I will create backward knots with the white yarn. 1 and 2, 1 and 2, and on the black yarn 1 on the last black yarn and 2 backward knots. So I created the blue chevron. Let's see from a closer distance. So I created the black and the red chevrons, and now I have started the blue and the white chevrons. And now I will make a forward knot in the middle and a backward knot, like this. I will continue with the next blue yarn. 1 2 1 1 forward knot and a second, like this. Now I will use the white yarn to make the backward knots. 1 2 1 2 1 backward knot, the second backward knot, and in the middle 1 forward knot and 1 backward knot. And as you can see, I have the red chevrons on one side, the black chevrons on the other, the blue chevrons on this side, and the white chevron on the other side. So I will continue making these knots in this order, and when I have reached the length that I want for my bracelet, I will show you how to create the tie. And now that I have finished the bracelet, I will create the tie. I will take the 2 cords and I will start twisting them. I will begin with the white cord. So as you can see, I'm twisting towards the left side. So it is irrelevant whether you twist to the left or to the right side. The important thing is to twist both cords in the same direction. So I will twist the black cord in the same direction towards the left side. And now I will take the two cords and I will twist them one around the other. But in the opposite direction. And now that I've twisted the yarn, now I will make the knot. Now I will cut the yarn like this, and I will do the same with the other yarn. So I will twist. You can twist them to the left or to the right, but it is important to respect the rule. Those two cords are twisted in one direction, whereas when you twist them in the opposite direction. So I twist the red cord towards the left. I will also twist the blue cords towards the left, and then when I twist the red and the blue cords together, I will twist them towards the right. Now that I have twisted the two cords, I will twist the cords one around the other in the other direction, in the to the right. Like this, and I will also take the scissors and cut the cord. And I've created both of the cords of the bracelet. So the twisted cords are ready. And now let's see the finished bracelet. I will put one of the cords through the loop like this, and I will make a knot to close the bracelet, and this is what the finished bracelet looks like. So as you can see, this is what the bracelet looks like, and as you can see, in order to make this bracelet, you use the basic rules of the chevron bracelet, of the classical chevron bracelet. Now I will show you another type of chevron bracelet, the bordered chevron bracelet. In order to make this bracelet, I will use these cords. I will begin by making the loop on a cord that is also about 70 centimeters long, that is about 28 inches long. I make the overhand knot to create the loop, and I will grab the cords. I will grab the cords with a clamp, and I will start ordering the cords. The darker purple color will be the border. Then I have the black color and the light purple color. And in order to create the chevrons, I will put the cords in the order of the chevron bracelet, of the classical chevron bracelet. So the colors of the cords will be in the mirror. These colors mirror the other colors. Only that, in order to create the border, I will use these two cords, which must remain always on the sides of my bracelet. So with these two cords, I will not make any chevrons. I will only make a straight line for the border. In order to do that, I will make a forward and a backward knot on this cord on the left side, whereas on the cord on my right side, I will make a backward and a forward knot. This way, my two cords, will remain on the sides of the bracelet. They will not get into the middle of the bracelet. Whereas these two cords will be used for the chevrons, and like in the case of the chevron bracelets, on this side I will be making only forward knots, and on this side I will be making only backward knots. So let's begin. And of course, in the middle we can make any type of knot we like. Two forward knots, two backward knots, a forward and a backward, or a backward and a forward knot. So this is also something specific to the chevron bracelets. So let's begin with the border. I will make a forward knot, so the number 4, and I will take the purple cord out through this loop here and create the first knot, the forward knot. Now I will do the back, and as you can see, my cord has moved on this side. It came from here, and by creating the forward knot, it moved forward on the other side of the black cord. Now I will create a backward knot to bring the cord back here. So I'll create the 4 in the mirror. I will take the cord out through this loop and create the backward knot, and this way my purple cord has returned to its initial point on the outside of the bracelet, where it will remain while I create the entire bracelet. Now let's take the other cord, the cord on the right side. I will make a backward knot by putting the 4, creating the number 4 but in the mirror. From the I will put my finger under the black cord and grab with my nail the purple cord and take it out through this loop like this, and I created a backward knot which brings my purple cord on this side. And now in order to bring the cord back here, I will make a forward knot, so the number 4. And I will grab the cord like this, and I made a forward knot and brought the purple cord again back on the outside, as it must stay. And now let's create the chevrons. I will take the black cord and create a forward knot, the first forward knot, a half knot, and again another forward knot to create the full forward knot. And I've brought the black cord in the middle. Now I will take this other black cord, create a backward knot, one half knot, and another backward knot, another half knot, and I created the full backward knot. Now I have the two cords in the middle. I will create one forward knot and another forward knot. And I created the first black chevron and the first borders. Now let's continue with the next cord. I create a border, a forward knot and a backward knot, I put the border cord on the outside, on the right side a backward knot and a forward knot, and I put the border on the outside again. And now let's create the chevron knots. So a forward knot, another forward knot, I brought the cord on the inside, a backward knot, and another backward knot. Like this. And now I have the two light purple cords in the middle, and I make one forward knot and the second forward knot. And I created the light purple chevron. And let's continue doing the same things. I begin with the border, the forward knot, the backward knot, now the forward knot, and my purple cords are on the outside. Now I will create the black chevron, one forward knot, the second forward knot on the first cord. I brought the black cord on the inside, one backward knot and another backward knot, and I brought the second black cord on the inside, and now I'll make one forward knot and another forward knot. And I have created the third chevron, the black chevron again. Now again I will make the border, a forward knot, a backward knot, the other border, a backward knot, and a forward knot, so I made the borders. And now I will make the chevron, one forward knot, the second forward knot, I brought a cord in the middle, one backward knot, the second backward knot, I brought the second cord into the middle, and now I will create the knot in the middle, one forward knot and the second forward knot, and I created the fourth chevron. Let's see from a closer distance what our borders and chevrons look like. So as you can see, I created the dark purple border, and I created 1 and 2 black chevrons and 1 and 2 light purple chevrons. And I will continue making these chevrons and the borders until I finish the bracelet. And when I have finished the bracelet, I will create the ties, and I will also show you how to create the ties. And now that I have finished the bracelet, I will start creating the tie of my bracelet. So let's make one more knot on the sides so that the bracelet looks rectangular and this end is straight. So a backward knot and a forward knot, and I created the borders, the last border knots. And as you can see, my bracelet is straight here, not pointed anymore. And now, in order to make the tie, I will start braiding those cords. I will put the outside cords on the inside and cross them. So I will take one of the cords from the outside, let's see from a closer distance. So I will take the outside cord and put it on the other side, take the other outside cord and cross it like this. I will take the black cord from the outside, put it on the inside, again take the other cord from the outside and put it on the inside, take the a light purple cord and cross it also. Again, I will take the dark purple cord and cross it with the other dark purple cord and create small chevrons like this. So this is actually the fishtail type of braiding. I'll put the black cords and cross them. I'll put the light purple cords and cross them. The dark purple cords and cross them, and so on. The black cords and cross them. And now that I have finished braiding, I will make a knot. Like this. I will cut the cords. Now I have this tassel here at the end made up of the cords. I'll cut the cords like this, and now I can close my bordered chevron bracelet. As you can see, the borders are made of the dark purple cord, whereas the chevrons are made with the light purple and the black cord. And in order to close the bracelet, I will simply put the tie through the loop like this, and this is the finished bracelet. And this is what my bracelet looks like. Now I'm going to show you how to use 30 centimeters of cord to create a fishtail friendship bracelet. I will begin by creating the loop. And now let's create the bracelet. I have put the cords in this order, so they are in the mirror. The dark blue color is on the outside, the green is in the middle, and the light blue color is here right in the middle of my bracelet. And in order to create the fishtail shape, I will take the blue cord from the left side, from the outside, and put it on the inside, on the right side. Then I will take the blue cord from the outside, from the right, and put it on the left side, on the inside. And I created the first chevron. Now I will take the green cord and put it over the dark blue and the light blue cords and bring it on the right side from the left side. Then I will take the other green cord and put it on the inside here and cross it with the other cord. Let's see from a closer distance. Now I will take the light blue cord and put it on the inside. I will take the other light blue cord and also put it on the inside and cross it with the other light blue cord. So I have created 3 chevrons now, and I will continue creating these chevrons until I obtain the desired length of bracelet, and then I will make the tie. And now that I have finished braiding the bracelet, the fishtail bracelet, I will now create the tie of the bracelet. So I will grab the 3 cords on that side, and I will take the right cords and start braiding them to create the tie. One of the ties. And now that I have braided this cord, I will make a knot here at the end of my cord. I will cut the end of the cord, and now I will remove the clamp, and I will start braiding the other cords on this other side. now I have also made the second knot. I will take the scissors and cut the cords at the same length like this. And now let's see the finished fishtail bracelet. So we have the loop here, like this, and I will make the knot here. And this is what the bracelet looks like, the fishtail bracelet. And as you can see, in order to make this type of bracelet, you only need to braid the cords.